It was absolutely on mute, so we're just sat there talking to nobody.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Hello, hello, hello. You should be able to hear us now. Just check this on here. Or hello, hello, hello. You have to sit a little bit close to the mic. Start to kiss me. And no, we're live. Oh, and there goes James straight into a wall. This is the first time I've ever seen James. So, hello everybody who's watching. I know it's not one person. I know it's broken down the bottom right corner. I can see there's at least like 10 people who've commented.
Okay, so there are more.
Yeah, there's way more people viewing.
Now.
So Seb, hello, and I'm sorry, Blitz, my mic was muted. Right, jump off, James. Let's get on board with. I thought that was Fozzie. Fozzie's been here a while. This is Frosty. Maybe a 104 is good around here. I thought a 102 would be good. Hello, Mac. Yeah, I should update at some point down there. At some point it'll just jump. But this quality doesn't really mean too much. We'll just have a couple of... Well, you know how qualifying works in F1?
Yeah.
You know that the bottom 5 get knocked out.
Yeah.
But Epic's crashed, so he'll be one of them. There's only 4 that will get knocked out now. You should be looking for people like that F1ABEEZ. He's going to get knocked out. Who's the special guest? Oh, do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, what? Or we using real names as well?
I don't know. It's up to you, mate.
Well, how do you normally introduce yourself?
I used to introduce myself as Chavis Cool because my game is tag.
Oh, as Travis Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if we're using our made-up names, then that means that Grandad Miguel.
You're going to go with Grandad Miguel.
So my real name is Jordan, so
Your real name's Jordan.
I can, yeah. You can feel free to call me that. I'll bring with me a wealth of F1 knowledge.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You've learned everything in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're up to speed now.
Yeah.
That's what you need, really, isn't it?
Done a quick scan of Wikipedia.
Quick scan of the 100-year history.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're raring to go, aren't you? You're excited
I am,
for this.
yeah.
It's going to be an experience for you.
Mm.
So Jordan's like my childhood friend. I've known him for way too long. I thought, seeing as he was up here, we went to watch the football together. I thought I've done his horrible hobby, and it was really horrible today. Having to sit through 0-0 Doncaster. There was 3 shots. There were 3 shots.
On target as well. So.
All you need to know, Jordan, is tier 2 is my tier, Travis is my apprentice, and I'm a quick driver. I would fathom to say that Blitz, that maybe I'm a little bit quicker than you on my day, but it's okay, don't worry. I mean, when you win tier 2, you can decide who's quicker then. It's not looking a bad lap from Riyadi. He's up there in the championship in my memory. But it's not a lap to... Well, he's on the medium tyres, so actually, it's not a bad lap. The medium tyres around here are about half a second slower lap. Okay. So if you look at that Zink's motion time, that's quite a good lap. Oh, somebody has said that Travis quicker, so... I'm not really that quick.
No, I didn't think so.
I've got a habit of binning it. Well, Blitz, I'm in tier 2 now, so you'll get to race me in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. It won't be next week, but the week after you'll potentially get to race me. So. Oh, somebody's gone for a Blitz smells. There we go, got 14 viewers.
Oh yeah, that was updated.
Oh, Curry Powder's joined the lead, everybody. Why will I get to race you? Well, I'm tier 2 reserve now. Blitz. And you're in tier 2, so you'll get to race me. I'm just not racing tonight because I'm commentating. Tom has a name. I don't know. I thought Tom was your name. He's going super quick around here. It's not fuel, that's why. See, it's fuel like the one. It's like me.
Probably should have.
You have to refuel in the pits.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So Sammy's on the lap right now. Oh, you're tier 3, Blitz. I always thought you were tier 2. You might get tier 2 next season though, Blitz. So then you'll get to race me. There's no chance of me going back up to tier 1. Unless everybody dies in Tier 1. My name's Sebastian. He's looking a pretty reasonable lap from Sammy. See how tight he gets to the apex here. He opens up well, not too much on the curve there. Easy to go off there and invalidate. It's looking like a pretty mid-table time from him at a 105 dead. I think he'll be pretty happy with that. Lots of time's been put in. Walking Chaos yet to put a time in. Mac and... Right, how would you pronounce that?
Which one?
The one that I'm up against. 19th. FOZ7IE.
I would just say Fozzy.
That's what I would say, Fozzy, and apparently it's wrong.
Well, what is the
I've
right
never,
way to say it?
I don't know. He's never told me. It's like a running thing that I have to keep guessing, but I don't know what else there is to guess.
Yeah.
There we go. Getting the power down. We've got Lewis the Beast on our lap right now, so let's get on board with Lewis the Beast. Bit of a surprise last season. He was up there a lot more towards the end of it in this season. I haven't seen much of him, so I've not been watching much Tier 2, but I'm back now. Who's the other person? This is Jordan, Tom. Hello, Jakob. And Tom, yeah, you're not meant to have an idea of who it is. He's just a friend of mine who's been up to see me this weekend, and I thought we'd get him involved.
I do occasionally watch the F1. So,
Not quite F1 this, but...
well, I mean...
It'll be interesting when we get into the race and you get to watch all the battles, because we get to jump through all the battles.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lewis the Beast goes very wide, but he holds it well there. That's going to be a really good time as well from him. Puts him nice in mid-table. He's out of that drop zone. Frosty at the moment is going down. Walking Chaos, who hasn't started a lap yet. I think he did a minute ago, but now he's in danger of getting in the way here of Lam Royale. Is he going to block Lam Royale on his lap? He's not. I think he's got the power down just quick enough. So he'll be able to start his lap. Walking Chaos, not with a quick one. Might be doing a double commentating and hosting next week. I believe it'll be Sammy hosting, commentating. I'm not too sure on the uplifts. We've also got Mac about to start his lap, as does Foz. Well, Fozzy's already... yeah, he's not started his lap yet. So everybody started their lap. And Mac goes second for this time. So at the moment, we're going to be losing Walking Chaos, which should be a bit of a shock, because he's near the top of the table. And Fozzy, who hasn't set a lap, but he's on it right now. Let's see how quick he's doing. As you'll see, the times are very tight. From, what is it, from second to, what, 13th, it's like half second between them. Fozzy goes fourth there. Good lap from him. At the moment, Walking Chaos needs to get a move on. Lewis the Beast, Hotshot, James Stody, Frozy, and Walking Chaos are in trouble. But Walking Chaos has a habit of being quick, but he's invalidated again. Tom, what's your important question? Epic, of course, has crashed, so he will not be going through. He'll be starting last this race. It is a short track, so is Leo human? What gives you the impression that he's not a human? And you've seen him on the stream, I should think. He's not a paid actor. Not allowed to buy them anymore, are we? So.
Not anymore.
No, can't buy people anymore, Tom. So it's nice and tidy around there from Walking Chaos. But he's out of fuel. Again. You'll see quite a few people getting out of fuel. Max retired in the pits.
I mean, I would say it's going to be quite hard to get fastest lap when you haven't got any fuel in the tank.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Michael Owen. I mean, if they scored some goals. Lewis the Beast does manage to improve and gets himself up to 12th. But we're yet to see Hotshot, James Stody improve. But Hotshot, he's on a quicker lap now. Is it going to be quick enough to get him through? He only needs to find a 10th or 2 tenths to get himself through it as it stands. Frozy's been disqualified from blocking the pit lane, which means that PRL Epic will no longer start last. It'll actually be Frozy. This is looking like an improvement on his last time. Is it enough of an improvement? No! He needs to find a little bit more time than that. So let's keep on board with him again and see if he can improve. He can't improve. He's not trying to improve this lap, which means he might be out of fuel. Let's get on board with Weardy. He's going slower this lap, which is not what he needs. He needs to find a bit more time. There's a lot of danger, even as far I'd say as 4th. All it takes is finding a couple more tenths, and you've got. And here he is. This is a 10th he's found. That'd be enough to jump him up at least 3 places. And Chaos is indeed struggling, but he only did put the 1 lap in. It was more like a banker. I think he expected more people to crash. And Ricciardi there does a very quick lap, puts himself up to 4th. And that should be more than enough to get him through. Give it a little bit down. We've got Zink's motion. He was very high up originally, but isn't anymore. Is he going to block this car behind him? Are they on a lap? No, he's on an out lap, so it doesn't mean that he's blocking him. Actually have to let him pass. He does, but he didn't need to. Thank you to the 20 people who are viewing, by the way. Nice enjoying the silence there, are you? You haven't got anything to add at the second, have you?
Not at the moment.
You're taking it all in at the second.
Yeah.
Right, Zink's motion's warming up for a lap now. He's invalidated the last one. We can tell that because it's read the track somewhere. And across the line, here we go. Zinks needs to find a little bit more time. Raw Aluru is on the brink of being knocked out as well. And he's invalidated again on Zink's motion. Let's get on board with Raw Aluru. He's 1.1 seconds down. This is not going to be enough this lap. He needs to bring it all together and do another one. Should still have a bit of time to do that though. Let's make sure he doesn't invalidate around there. And he doesn't get the power down well. It's all about this first corner. It's a make or break corner, this. Great exit on there. A little hesitant on the acceleration, but he has gotten away well. Let's see if this is an improvement. There's not really a lot of time to lose or gain in this first sector. This braking sector can be won. Braking well. Make sure not to lose your rear end as you accelerate out of here, which he's done well. Getting the power down, straight lining as much as possible. He has gone to the wide line. I'm much preferring to try and straight it out a little bit early. He could use a little bit more of the curb there to get a better angle. He does get tight there, and he doesn't touch the curb on the exit, which is good because you can spin quite easily. Let's see how he does here. Yet again, could be going a bit wider, using a bit more of the track, carrying a bit more speed. But he does well there, not to hit that curb, which he can hit a little bit. It's not looking like an improvement. He's gone a little bit wide, which means he's come off the accelerator, which would have lost him potentially another tenth as well. We should be looking at 2 tenths off. I've actually got alcohol today, Tom. I've got some cider, and it isn't warm. Oh, and that was very close to being invalidated. That might be in a slight improvement, but it's not. If he didn't have that poor sector earlier. He is still going to go through as it stands. Let's get on board with James Stoddy. He needs to get a lap in, as does Walking Chaos, who's in real trouble right now. Somebody you would not expect to be this far down. Keeping on board here with James. He's going to go across the line. Walking Chaos has now set the fastest lap. That's exactly where we'd expect him to be. Sandbagging a bit, and that puts Raw Aluru into real trouble. Sammy is also in a little bit of trouble there. He needs to find potentially some more time. Jake's got getting out of the well there, getting out of the way well there. So he's just off his best time. There isn't really a lot of time to gain or lose in that first sector. That was a good exit on there, I felt. Still a little bit hesitant. He could have been a bit smoother on that acceleration. There we go. Well, he could have been a bit wider into the entrance there, but he's come out well. He's used all the track possible. The session has now ended, so everybody's on their last physical lap. So James needs to get everything on the line right now, and he needs to cross the line quicker. And he is 2 tenths up. Is that enough to get him through? Potentially. It's going to be very tight. And Sammy's crossed the line without an improvement. Raw Aluru's gone into the pit, so it looks like James will be the only person who can improve unless Hotshot does it on 5-lap-old tyres, which would be an absolute miracle. Can James cross the line? Can he make it through? It's very close. And he does, and it's a great improvement, and that drops Sammy out. A bit of a shock, if anything. Let's see how Hotshot's doing on his lap. It's 6 tenths down. It's not going to be enough to improve, which means he's out of the first session. Jack's fuming because his controller died. That'll be the other person he's out. Frosty, who's going to be starting last. Not epic. So we're going to be losing Hotshot, Raw Aluru, both 2 new drivers that I've not seen before, and Sammy. Sammy, I'm sure, will be very disappointed. He's expecting better of himself. But if you look at the times of these guys ahead of them, what is it? 2 tenths separates the next 7 drivers, which means we're going to have a very tasty next session. Any words you want to add into this? Any facts for us?
I don't have quite any facts.
Yeah.
Apart from an impressive fastest lap from Walking Chaos.
But yet again, not a huge difference between him and the next two though.
No, it is very close.
0.04 seconds separating them. That is a
Fine margins.
fine margins. Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to those fine margins. Even small things like who gets down the exit, their exit speed quicker, who massively uses the track to their advantage and using those margins. But we'll see what happens in the next session. But there's your rundown of the first qualifying, and it was an exciting first session, and I think this next one is going to be incredibly tight between these drivers. 6:10 separates the top 15, which is the tightest I think it's ever been in any race. But sadly we are losing Frosty HT, PRL Epic, Hotshot 27 OP, Raw Aluru 3, and Sammy 230408. Not much more to add than that. Oh, Jack's saying he's going to have a good start and get into first. Rambo saying this is going to be an interesting race. I will be. I'm surprised at how tight it is. I thought it would be a bit more separated out, but the top three here are looking quick, and I think it's going to be a three-way battle for that pole position. Seeing as 1/10 could be the difference here between like 5 different places, he's going to make a huge difference qualifying for once. Now, strategy is going to come into play here because people will want to start on the mediums. There are 3 different compounds for anybody who doesn't realise. You've got your softs, your mediums, and your hards. Now, your soft tyres are the quickest, but they degrade the quickest. Your hard tyres are the slowest, and they degrade the slowest. A lot of people want to start on the medium tyres so they can extend their first in while they're in the pack with drivers. However, you might miss out on that initial pace at the beginning of the race if you don't go on the soft tyres, and it's also harder to get through. Because your tyres are going to be half a second a lap slower. So I imagine today we're going to see the top 10 potentially qualify on softs. I'd be very shocked if we saw them on mediums. I mean, the first runs will be on mediums. However, you'll see some people starting to miss out and being a couple of temps off and go for those softs. Now, anybody who doesn't qualify in the top 10 does get free tyre choice in the race. So it will certainly mix up strategy. A good position to start is 11th because of that. We'll be losing 5 drivers. Off that last session, I could not tell you who would be going. However, I'd put money on Lewis the Beast being knocked out. After that last session, he just looked like he was already on the limit. I think James Stodgy could also be somebody else we see drop out. Jake Scott's also looking a little bit of risk, I'd say. Wiardi wasn't looking as quick as I'd expect him to be. Maybe another one. And then I'm going to go for Lam Royale as my final one. But that's just my predictions. I could be wrong. We'll get on board now with Dawson, because I've not actually watched him yet. Get the full map on. So we can have a look. Oh, he's nearly gone into the pits there. Changed his mind. He's not on that lap, but he's not taking the best line into that first corner. Let's see him get the power down and see what sort of time he can do for us. Oh, Sammy invalidated 4 tenths up. And that's what happens. Oh, and he's nearly lost it there. And that is definitely going to be the end of that lap on the first corner. Good little save, though. He could have binned that into a wall. Let's get on board with Lam Royale. Get on board with Lam Royale. Pushing out wide. He's taking a lot of the curb there, which is good to see. It's not actually the quickest to actually touch the curb on the inside there, though. He is extending a little bit more than other drivers, but then he's not getting as tight to the curb as you'd like to see, so he's not turning in as early. Not getting into rotation. Yet again, he's not pushed as tight as he could have, which means he couldn't extend out quicker. So he'll be losing time just by doing that. There's a 5-place grid penalty for Fozy for a collision with Fizzbungle. Fizzbungle's out. We've potentially got a bit of an incident there. I'd love to know what's happened. I'm not too sure, but I imagine there'll be some penalties if that was an incident. We'll have to see what happens. Get back on board with Lam Royale, whose lap didn't count because he invalidated on the last corner by the looks of it, which means this lap also doesn't count. Jake Scott's also on an invalidated lap. Let's get on board with Sharp Tapestry, who isn't on one. Nice and tight, getting the power down, extending out. 44.997. Some quick times from Wolf and Mac, by the way. Not the quickest we've seen, still 3 tenths off the fastest times we've seen them so far, but remember they're on the medium tyres. Dawson Army doing a 1.8. Isn't particularly quick. Tapestry there, extending out nicely. This is looking like a tasty lap, and it's a 1.05 dead, which is a very quick time for those medium tyres. That's certainly nothing to be wolfed at. Captain Saho's invalidated his lap. We've got Lewis the Beast invalidation on the lap. James Stoddy is okay on his lap. Let's see how he does. Must have invalidated his first one because it didn't count. Oh, he's a bit hesitant round there, a bit nervous, almost unappealing for him to send it in, which would have slowed him down a little bit, but he does go quicker than Sharp Tapestry. All the way down to Rambalorian. This is not looking like a quick lap. He's on 56 seconds so fast. This must be like a second out lap to warm those tyres up. There he is, he's warming those tyres up. Making some space for himself, and then he'll go for it here. Got a bit of traffic, which is not what you want. We'll certainly see some of that in the next session, I imagine. Gets the power down. It's not going to be a quick first lap, but it doesn't matter because it's just him setting that first lap. Let's see how he does here. Nice and tight through there. That was a very good line. He's got the power down really quickly. Absolutely love his line through there. Should go nice onto the entrance here. You don't want to touch the curb really if you can help it. Maybe slightly. He does. Great turning point and great exit with the power down. Looking a great lap so far. Abalon's been a very solid driver all season. Could have gone wider there to just gain a bit more of a turn, and then you can straighten out slightly early. See how he does here. He's going to use the curb. He uses a little bit, which is good to see. Nice and tight to that there. Meaning he can extend out like he's just done there. And this is a lot of speed he's carrying through here. Making sure not to go too wide, which he hasn't. And then he's going to touch the curb, but he doesn't. Power down there nicely. Oh, and he loses his rear end. That would have lost him a slight bit of time, but it is still a quick lap. And that still puts him into the top 7, of course, because not many people have set a time, but he'll feel a bit disappointed. He lost a lot of time in places he didn't need to. Get on board with Weirdy. Nice and tidy on the outside. Oh, and he lost his rear end, so that's going to slow him down by at least half a second. Minus the margins. Anybody on here impressing you so far?
Well, I'm interested to see what Walking Chaos can do.
Yeah, after last session. He's still in the pit, so he's waiting out at the moment.
I think even with the current times there are, I reckon he could beat it if he does as well as he did in the last session.
You've also got Mac, who's probably want to improve on that. Wolf also is doing well in the championship. That's a good lap from Weirdy. Nice comfortable middle of the pack at the second. I do have concern that people might come out on softs and just absolutely blow them out of the water. Also, the people have to start on these tyres, which means that they won't want to do too many laps because you don't want to start on 3-lap old tyres because you've got 3 laps of the race left. See how Jake does. This is his first lap. Somebody I thought might go down and out this session, but he's nice and tight to the curb. I'll give him that. Could have extended out a little bit more to give himself a bit more speed. He's extended out nicely there though. He drops it a gear and holds it really well in fairness. Nice and tight around there. He needs to get the power down, nearly loses it. But this is looking like a pretty solid lap in that ballpark of the 105s. Probably improve on his second one. Most people seem to be doing that. Get into a bit of a rhythm. We've still got F1ABEEZ, Walking Chaos, Lamb Royale, and Zinx Motion. Zinx Motion's on an out lap on the soft tyres, so he's clearly thinking, let's try something different to everybody else. Which usually sets like in motion, everybody wanting to do the same thing. There you go, Captain Saha now going out on the softs. Zinx Motion's still on his out lap, so he's not starting it yet, but we'll see that in a minute. F1ABEEZ is invalidated on his first lap, which is a bit frustrating for him. Hasn't really got anybody on a lap, so we'll get on board with Zinx Motions. He'll be next across the line to start one. But as it stands, we'll be losing everybody who hasn't set a time. So, not a really good example. But I say Dawson Army needs to find some time, because that definitely needs improving. He's 3 seconds off the next car. Let's see how Zinks does then. Let's see if he's improving on everybody else. 16 dead. Can creep into the 15, some of the tier 1 guys yesterday. Is Dan the other commentator? Dan is not the other commentator. The other commentator is Jordan, but you won't know. He's not in the league, he's just one of my friends. He's just here for the weekend. I've roped him into doing it against his will. He's had 7 beers so far, haven't you?
Yeah, 7 beers, yeah.
He's not with me and Tapestry are on the same time. Oh yeah, correct. Correct. Tapestry and F1ABEEZ, exactly identical time.
Wow.
What chances? Well, I would say Lewis is obviously Tapestry was faster. Across the line from Zink's motion, and he goes fastest, and that just shows you the pull you have on those tyres.
Fastest from even more than the
anyone,
first session.
Yep, faster than anyone in the first session. So that is an absolutely phenomenal lap, and that should maybe set in motion people needing to go on quicker tyres. We're seeing Lam Royale, everybody's in the pits right now. It's going to be a game if does everybody come out on the softs. I think we could see it. Sammy says hello.
Hello, Sammy.
If you've got any questions for Jordan, feel free. Just pop him in there and I'll ask him.
Yeah. Open for questions.
Make them wild, by the way, the questions. Make them really difficult and awkward for him, because that's what we like. Put him under pressure.
Rambo's come out on the soft.
Yeah. Got lots of people starting to come out on the soft. He's not come out on the soft, but he's selected them in the garage. So's Lam Royale now. So I think we are going to see everybody switching over to those softs. But Walking Chaos at the moment is who we're on board with. He did a sort of warm-up lap on that first one, which is quite common. People do like a slower lap to warm the tyres. Let's see how he does here. He's looking nice and quick. Going down a gear, extending well, using as much of the track as possible. That is a purple sector as well. So far he is the fastest driver going around. Does that mean he can improve on Zinks' time? That would be impressive. Dawson Army's retired, which means we've had another potential crash. So that means he won't be going through. So we've got Fizz Bungle and Dawson Army being knocked out as it stands. That is just off the fastest time. So a very good lap from Walking, and that should be enough to get him through. As long as the people on softs aren't super duper quick. Be a big shock if you saw Walking knock himself out here. We've got Lam Royale on an out lap. We haven't got anybody actually setting any laps for the second. Although we do now, we have Fosey on a lap, so let's get on board with Fosey and see how he does. Gets the power down. Who do we both think will win? So I'll go first. I think today the winner will be Wolf. I don't know why. I've just got this feeling about Wolf today, and I just want to. I'm going to stick with my gut instinct. Who do you think's going to win?
I've said I have like a look of Walking Chaos so far.
He's impressed you, hasn't he, since you've come along?
Yeah.
So it's Wolf for me and Walking Chaos for Jordan here, or Grandad Miguel. He likes to be known. And Fosey there has invalidated, which means he'll probably start to set another one. Lam Royale is also invalidated before he's even started his lap. Walking Chaos has gone on the second lap and is now pitting with enough time to get those softs on if he needs to do it. I think Zink's Motion's the only person who's potentially safe. And you could probably say Walking Chaos as well. But it's all about strategy now. And Fosey's now on a second lap, so let's get on board with Fosey. Needs to set a competitive time here, or he's in trouble. He's gone out on these mediums, and he's put himself in what I can only call a little bit of danger. So we've had a question from Epic, who's paid to highlight his message. I will get top 5 from the back. So good luck, Epic. If you get top 5 from the back, I will be immensely proud of you, because that would be absolutely nuts. So Mac and Mikhails have both retired. They're happy with their medium times. Let's see how F1ABEEZ does here around the last couple of corners. Wolf is also retired. And F1ABEEZ there, the 4-4, so that puts him just above Mac. We've still got lots of people here who are going to start setting times. I say Mac's almost in a little bit of trouble. If these people here on the soft set times, he could get himself knocked out. Blitz, finding a way to get rid of my 32.6k channel points. Yeah, I really need to work out what I'm doing. I know you saved your tyres, Mac, but you're 0.3 seconds off the drop, and everybody else is going on soft tyres now, and they're improving by 0.3 seconds. So we'll see what happens. See how Weardy does. So we've got Lamb Royale who's just slotted in behind Mac, and Weardy who goes ahead of Mac, dropping Mac to 6th. Got Captain Saha on a lap. Sadly, half a second up, so that's not enough of an improvement really. We've got Jake Scott on an out lap, just about to start it, so let's get on board with Jake Scott, see if Jake Scott can get himself through. I mean, I would ride on board with you, Epic, for the race start, but it'll be I have a little thing I do on the race start. So everybody's on their final laps now. So this is Jake Scott's last chance. Saloon. Is Captain Saha on a lap as well? He is just behind him. So we could see two people jump up the order here. Lewis the Beast is also on a lap, just down the road for them. So we've got three drivers who could jump up the order here. I think that means that Mac is safe. I don't think Mac can be knocked out now, but he could drop a little bit further down the order than maybe he planned for. Does mean that Sharp Tapestry is in a lot of danger, as is Lewis the Beast if he doesn't put in a good lap here. Rambalorian's also looking in danger, which would be a big shock. And Jake Scott here goes across the line, 104.3. Massive improvement, that puts him through. Oh, and Lewis the Beast, he's had a shocker of a last corner and is out because of it. Oh dear, and Rambalorian saved because of the shocker from Lewis the Beast there. Well, that went down right to the wire there for those two. Max says his tyres will be at the lowest percent. They will be, Mac. F1ABEEZ there with a 5-second grid penalty, which means that Lewis the Beast will be... he'd slot in there. So I think Lewis the Beast will jump up one position, meaning that Lewis the Beast will get free tyre choice in 10th. I don't know why he didn't go back out again, Rambo, but you've made it through on the mediums. So you've done a real one there, but it's a nice little pattern, isn't it? Soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium. We are losing Lewis the Beast. Okay, well, I would show you guys, but... Oh, there you go. We're losing Lewis the Beast, Sharp Tapestry, James Stoddy, Dawson Army, and Fizz Bungle. Well, I don't know what happened with Fizz Bungle. Lewis backed out because he thought he was through.
No.
Oh, my! Oh, Lewis!
That is very unfortunate.
I took Fizz Bungle's advice and I shouldn't have. What happened, Finley? Oh, did you hit him, F1ABEEZ? There was an incident in quali, so somebody crashed the other one out. It happens. I mean, there's not much we can do about it now. We just get on with it and do what we can. You getting another drink, are you? You go then, mate. Enjoy. He said stay on mediums. Yeah, I think you should have gone to the softs as well. I think it's better to be safely through here. It's not the easiest track to overtake on. There's only really, what, 1 or 2 spots you can do it. Up this straight here where we are now. Or you're looking at like this as we go around here with Zinks on this here. They're your only two real spots. I don't think the back straight's long enough to overtake. Yeah, I will keep checking on you, Epic, as long as you're close to somebody. Otherwise, I'm not going to check on you. You're just driving by yourself. It's no fun for the viewers. So, everybody's on an outlap. The first one to cross the line is going to be Walking Chaos. Jordan's favourite. Let's see how he does.
Well, he's been good so far, so if he can keep it up.
Strong performance so far. So they want race predictions for Tier 3 tomorrow. Well, Blitz, I'm going to predict you to win. And then when you let me down, I'll tell you. No, I haven't seen enough of Tier 3 this season, to be honest. No, I've only watched like half of one of the races. Don't really get time on a Sunday night. It's right round there, not too bad. The purple sector, shockingly, seeing as he's the only one on a lap. And he's the first one to cross the line, so... But he's not going to be... It's Wolf who's also going to be crossing the line, but... We've also got... is it Mac behind him? One of the... Either Mac or Fozy there. And Walking Chaos goes quicker as a 1:03.8.
That's very impressive.
And the Mac is half a second off that. That is an absolute golf. And Lamb Royale coming around the last couple of corners here. Probably seen that and thinking, hang on a minute, Fozy there, even further down. You've got Lamb Royale and Rambo have both gone quicker than Fozy, and Fozy's got a 5-place grip penalty. Does not want to be further than 5th because he's going to jump really far back. Qualifies 10th, he'll be qualifying 15th. When I lose, I'll promote you to Tier 2 lead instead of apprentice. Thanks, Blitz. I don't know why I thought you were racing in Tier 2. I don't think it's fair if I raced in Tier 3. Even I think that. I think Motion didn't get his lap in, which is fine. Wolf is coming around the last corner now. So our first round of laps are looking mighty quick. And there's a foot back puts him third. So Wolf, who I thought was going to go first, quite far off at the second. Of Walking Chaos, who's had an absolute blinder. Zink's Motion, the only person who invalidated his first lap. We'll be coming around to put in a second one, I imagine, right now. Then he'll drive back round, get in the pits, and they'll get on their fresh set of tyres for the final run. He's gone very wide there. I'm surprised it allowed him to do that, and yeah, he's invalidated. What time would he have put in? It'd be interesting to see. In a 3.9. That'd have been very quick. And he's invalidated this one, which means he's not going to set a lap now, so he'll probably come into the pits and get a new fresh set on. But somebody to watch is Zink's Motion here. He's got the time in him. Zaha here looking very looking very off the pace and expecting to go quicker. That's what I would with Jake Scott. Both of them have got more time in them. Fozy at the moment will be starting 12th. That would be a big shock. Fozy's going to be expected to be up there week on week out. Ooh, and Saha loses it. I was just thinking then, oh, let's give him a bit of silence and give him a second to think. But yeah, we've done a blinder there. FBI have barged through my door and told me I have to leave. Ping me when the race starts, and I'll ask the officer if I have Wi-Fi myself. Oh, there we go. So power down from the captain's eye. He did improve, so he's no longer last. Fozy going out early, as I mentioned, to get a lap in. I think he's going back on the same tyres. He must be thinking, right, well, let's go back out on these tyres, see if I can set another lap and improve. And then I can get my fresh set on right at the end. So he's giving it one run, so this will be interesting to see how he goes. We'll stay on board with him, because I think he could be the most interesting one to watch here. But he's taking his time to get to the line. Not sure why. He's creating some space for himself. It's a bit early for final laps. I think some of these have got 3 sets of tyres to use. And Mac there invalidated on the first corner, so that's a waste of tyres, as you can see. We've also got Leo down here now. Come say hello, Leo.
Hello.
I think I won't be able to hear you that far away.
Good.
Okay. Oh, Carlos come to commentate with us as well. Question of the day: will my dad ever come back from the shops and get the milk? I hope it's purple milk too. What do you think, John? Do you think his dad will come back?
Fingers crossed, I suppose.
Fingers crossed. Blitz, his dad left the milk one day and never came back. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he didn't go out for milk.
Maybe the shop didn't have it. Maybe he went to a different shop. You know. Oh, Blitz says hello to you, Leo. He's the one I was on a call with the other day.
Yeah, I know.
The Virgintarian.
Yeah.
So nice and tidy here from Fozy. Is he going to improve on these tyres? Really is going far out. He's 3/10 up. He's a purple sector, but he's invalidated. So that's that lap over. Should probably bring it into the pits now, get some new tyres on, ready for a final run. But no, he's going around again. I'm surprised at him going around again. Seeing as he's invalidated this 2 laps in a row, so very interesting decision not to go into the pits and refresh his tyres. Blitz just said, "What the fuck? Did you call me a Virgintarian?" Yeah, we did. He doesn't know. I'm sure I can tell the stream. I was on a call with him the other day, and he said to me he didn't like chicken.
Okay.
He doesn't like chicken.
Right.
And I said, well, and he says he didn't like beef. So I meant to say, "You're a vegetarian." I went, "Are you a virgintarian?"
No, you.
I went, "I'm a virgin," and I went, "That's not what I meant to say."
No.
Now he's a virgintarian.
If he doesn't like chicken or beef, he might get along with lamb royale.
That was good. I like that. Who's Tracy? Tell everybody about Tracy.
You've read it wrong.
Oh. I've read it wrong, haven't I? I've really read that wrong. Also, excuse me, what? Hang on, what's that nickname? Oh, and Rambalorian's killed himself. He's gone for a full-on suicide job there. Max where he wants to be. Sick. Interesting, that's where you want to be. Zinc's motion has finally improved. Let's go second. Weirdy probably got a little bit more in the bank. Let's see how he does. It's alright, Rambo. We've all done it. Me more than you. Probably lost a bit of time, Weirdy there. They're all laughing because I said, "Ooh, we're having a casual convo," and then, "Ooh, Rambo's dead." Yeah, Weirdy's there. It's not improving on that lap. We've got Mac coming out. He said he's where he wants to be.
Perhaps Rambo's retired early, so someone.
No, he crashed.
Well, he crashed. Yeah. Now he's going to go and look for Baby Yoda somewhere. He's got better things to do than
Got better
Formula
things
1.
to do. Yeah, he's got better things to do.
I get it now. I get it.
That gap to Brown Wolf. Yeah, I mean the gap from Brown Wolf to you is not huge. I mean, if you'd been a bit quicker, you might have overtaken him. But you didn't. He's still getting 5th as it stands. Could be worse. You could be starting. What is it? Will be 13th for Fozy with his 5-place grid penalty. Oh, and he's getting behind Zinc's motion here. He wants that toe. Very clever from Mac. I thought he might be a bit far back for the toe now. So let's get on board with Mac. Let's see if Mac can improve. He's got a bit of a habit of invalidating. Let's hope he doesn't do that on the first corner. If he gets through there, then who knows what could happen. If it's not David, it's this. Why do I always get bullied? If it's not David, it's this guy. Oh, Mac is invalidated again. Oh no! I mean, Mac needs. Does he have time to get round? I think he's got just enough. Pretty close, isn't it? He's quick. He can probably get round for another lap. So let's see if he can get round in time. But let's get on board with F1ABEEZ, who really needs a lap. Probably more than Mac does. Needs to find a lot of time. He's got it in him. Captain Zaha is Zaha has also binned it. Everybody on a lap right now. F1ABEEZ's invalidated, and he's not going to make it to the line. This has been an absolutely shocking session for poor F1ABEEZ. Not one to remember for him. He won't make it to the line in time. Jake Scott on a lap. He'll be the last one to cross the line. Mac hasn't made it to the line in time, which means Mac doesn't improve either. You've got Wolf, who is on a lap and is improving. Walking Chaos is also on a lap, but he's invalidated, so we don't need to worry about him. Ricciardo, he's not improving. So it's just down to Wolf and Jake Scott. So Wolf, can he get pole like I suggested? He would need to find a huge amount of time, and he has found a huge amount of time. It doesn't look like it's enough to jump Walking Chaos, but we will see. Last couple of corners, can he absolutely send it around these corners? Can he find that extra pace? It's a great exit out of there. Is it enough? Is it enough? It is not. It isn't. It is an improvement, but not in positions. And Jake Scott is going to be the final person across the line. 2 tenths up. I mean, that's a very interesting interpretation of the limits, and he's overdone it, and he's bent it into a wall, but he didn't even manage to destroy himself. That's an incredible failure. Well, 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 what a quali that was. Tight from start to finish. Any comments from yourself?
Well, I'm still impressed with Walking Chaos. He's shown me he can do it again with another fastest lap.
I think Zink's motion there is probably surprised a few. I wouldn't have put him anywhere near as high, or Ricciardo. They both definitely proved me wrong. I think F1ABEEZ will be disappointed, and probably Mac, although Mac says he's where he wants to be. Whatever that means. Surely you'd want to be in first, not sixth.
Well, I suppose.
Seeing as he's fighting for the championship at the moment.
Yep. Well, I suppose if he's had a bad few qualifying sessions, then
he says he doesn't mind, so that's fine. If he doesn't mind, he doesn't mind. There we go. There's your final quality, and you've got to think Ricciardo and Zink's motion. We're feeling a little bit hardly done by there. They've had a little bit extra speed. They've had a pole, but it goes to Walking Chaos. Then we've got Zink's motion in second. TTM Ricciardo in third, BRT Wolf in fourth, Rambalorian after his crash still finishing fifth, FE Mac 27 in sixth, Lam Royale in seventh, F1ABEEZ in eighth, but he does have that grid penalty, so he'll have 5 places knocked off that, and then you've got the Captain Zaha in ninth and Jake Scott 7 in 10th, and it's shaping up to be an exciting race. I don't really know what I have to do now. Nothing's happening, so we just wait. So, usually I do my predictions at this point. More interestingly, what's your predictions, guys? Let's get some predictions in chat.
hard to say because everyone in the top 4 has done well so far in each stage of the qualifying.
Anyone here like 8th upwards, well 7th upwards, because we can't really count F1ABEEZ. Like from Lam Royale up is all within such touching distance that don't really know. I think we're waiting on somebody to ready up.
Ready up. This isn't Fortnite.
You have to ready up in the lobby, but I don't know who we're waiting on. Yeah, Lamb, you can still join if you're able to join now. You'll also be able to take over your AI anyway, so yeah, you should still be able to race. So Dawson Army is loading. Is that what we're waiting on? Right over there. Oh, getting the candle out.
Your mum bought me this. It's not a toilet.
My mum watches the streams. She's gonna know now.
No.
Yeah. Well.
She doesn't even know what Twitch is.
I mean, we're not gonna reset lobby until find out what's going on with this person. It means they're still there.
Smell it. It's like urinal cake.
Yeah.
Smell it.
I love urinal cakes. They taste not my favourite cakes. I find them a bit bitter.
But it is a cake.
It is a cake, all the same.
Maybe it will smell better when it goes to the middle.
Maybe it's just the initial. It smells very clean though.
Yeah, urinal cake.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to. Can somebody message him on Xbox, please, if it's not been done already. I'm just dropping him a message now. Not really sure what we can do here. We can call a reset, but I'm not going to call it just yet. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes before I call it.
We have a timer that's come up.
Ah, we're here now. Means the race will be starting in a second. So everybody's selecting their fuel setups right now. There isn't much they can do, as obviously the setups are locked from what they've done in qualifying. What are you looking at there?
So in this one, as far as I'm aware, they have to use all 3 tyres.
No, not all 3 tyres. They have to use 2 different tyre compounds
Okay.
though in the race.
Right.
So they only have to make 1 stop as a minimum, but you'll probably see people make 2 or 3 because they'll crash. In the pits, they have to start with the same fuel they finish. And they have to start. The top 10 have to start on the same tyres they're qualified on. So you have a look here when we get to the tyres in a second. You'll be able to have a look, which is always really useful to look at actually. It gives you an idea just as. So Walking Chaos starts on the medium. You've got Zinc Motion and Weardy both on the softs, which will probably put Walking Chaos in some trouble off the start. You've got BRT, Wolf and Rambalorin and Mac all on mediums, a bit of a medium runner. You'll then have Lam Royale probably pushing those guys a bit. Captain Zaha and Jake are a little bit further down. Lewis the Beast was looking quite quick. I'd expect him to push them a little bit. Sharp Tapestry, James Doddy, F1ABEEZ will certainly be climbing through those guys. Expect to see some moves there. Dawson Army starting on the softs. You've got Fizz Bungle, very quick, probably would have been up there near pole, so he'll be a climber again. You've got Sammy, who I wouldn't expect to be that far down either, potentially another climber. You've got Raw, LaRue, Hotshot, PRL Epic, I don't know much about, but he's starting on the softs. It's a very aggressive strategy. And you've got Frosty HD, who did look a little bit slow, but he has gone for the hard tyres, so expect him to do a long stint to overtake people. We could see some safety cars as well, which would certainly change the dynamic. So I expect to see some changes in that sense. We're just getting ready for the start. As you can see, there's two different strategies you can do. The one, which is the medium hard one, you go medium soft. We'll probably see people switch if there's damage or safety cars. So strategy will be a little bit flexible. Anybody who started on the soft, I'd imagine will do a 2-stop. A couple of people have disqualified themselves, which means they start on cold tyres. So you've now got Jake Scott, Lewis DeVries and Sharp Tapestry, who will be on cold tyres, meaning they'll have a worse start. Yep. So the grid's lining up now. So Lamb, after the start, you'll be able to take control. You have to switch to spectate your car and press take control, which means you're going to have a poor start, that's all, Lamb. So 3, 4, 5 red lights, and they go out and we're away, and it's looking like a really good start there, but it's straight into the back of Lamb Royale. There's a massive incident in the back of the field there, but we'll stick with the start. There's a little bit of a dive, and it's a great start there from Zinx Motion. Weardi is losing out, but he's right on the back of him. Is Weardi going to be able to take this position down this straight in a side by side? It could be anybody's. And it's looking like Walking Chaos has managed to stay out in front of them. If they keep battling like this, then they'll lose out. Looking down at Dawson's Army has retired from the session. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but he's absolutely on the side there. We've got Lamb Royale, who's been disqualified for facing the wrong way. Rambaloran is also out of the race. It's all movement there, and it's a safety car. So we're under full safety car. 5-second penalty for Hotshot as well. There's penalties all over the place. What has happened? I have no idea. Right, let's get on board with penalties. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Lots of 5-second penalties. And that will be for contact with other drivers. So we'll certainly see some people diving into the pits here. Looking at position changes. There's not been any changes between those top 4. They have remained exactly as they started. I thought that Weardi or Zinx would be able to get past Walking. It didn't quite happen. And Lamb, what's the restart going to be for, mate? Because I've not heard anybody else calling for a restart. I've not seen any reason to restart. I'm not doing the same as what happened last week. I'm just doing it for one driver. It's an absolute joke. Anyway, continue on. Safety car at the second. Yeah, Blitz, it was a bit of a messy start. I'm not sure what I can do about it. Yeah, why would there be a restart? Saying whose fault it was. I've got no idea whose fault anything was. That's what the stewards are there for. There could be if they decide that Mac was at fault for Rambaloran's DNF, then it looks like Mac will obviously get a points deduction this race. All under safety car. Saha's had an incident with Hotshot there. It's gone to the back of him. Still trying to catch the safety car, these guys. They must have all pitted. So if we have a look at little pits then. So stops, yeah. So everybody Jake Scott behind has stopped. Jake Scott, if anything, has done an absolute blinder there. Started only 10th and has now done a stop. Been able to get out of the way. So that's a little bit of an exciting. We can't do a restart just for yourself, Lamb. I won't do it for just one person. It has to affect at least 25% of the grid, which it hasn't. 3 is not 25 of 20, is it? My maths is not that bad, is it?
No.
mean, it happens to me as well. I mean, I'm not getting to race today either, man. Just as a mention. Lots of dust being kicked up. You enjoying the toilet candle?
Smells
Smells nice. I like it. Smells nice and clean and fresh. So let's get back to you taking a nice picture of the race.
Scenic, isn't it? So
Okay.
it's the Austrian track.
Yeah, we're there.
We are.
We're on board. One epic there. All the way up to 13th, by the way. That's not been a bad start for him. We should have a little look at positions wise. Yeah, Fosty up 11 places to 9th. What a great start for him. Obviously not pitted yet. But Epic has got to be the biggest gainer. Has pitted. And Epic going very wide there. Safety car in this lap. So we'll get back to the front of the grid. We're not going to go on board with first place. We are going to get on board with these guys here on the back of Walking Chaos. Be a little bit. We're going to go into broadcast. Get on Zinc's motion in second. I imagine we'll see quite a lot of movement towards the back. It's a 5-second penalty. A sharp tapestry hitting the back. Well, with James Stoddy. That'd be James Stoddy's fault, I imagine. So Mac, I didn't even realise, is all the way down the order. So no idea what happened with him. On board. He hasn't launched away yet, I don't think. They're going quite quick. And now he goes. We're launching away, and it's a very, very tightly knit field because of that. With a bit of a poor getaway. A little bit of weaving from Walking. I think Motion is probably going to put him under some pretty extreme pressure here to start with. Will he get him on the straight? There's a lot of weaving from Walking Chaos. PRL Epic getting himself a 3-second penalty. Is Zinc's Motion going to go for a dive? Walking Chaos taking a defensive line. There's not really enough room to make that dive. Oh, and there's a bit of a backup in the traffic there with Sharp Tapestry going on the outside of BRT Wolf. BRT Wolf's looking a little bit of danger here of losing this position. Sharp Tapestry there trying to cover, but he's not got the ability to be able to cover that. Sharp Tapestry still getting behind Wolf, and if you look just ahead there, Zinc's Motion is battling quite hard. Epic there ahead of Frosty. On board. Nice and tidy so far, no moves. Not really the best place for moves. Keep an eye on Wolf here. Wolf is right on the back of Weardy, and this isn't the minute where we're going to see the moves potentially happening. Down this back straight here. As soon as we get DRS in a couple of laps, it's going to start to make this field move a little bit. And Weardy there has had not a good an exit as we have seen it. Oh, and he nearly touched. Oh, and it's very close. And he's gone for a dive. And he's made it stick. Fair play to him. Great move from Wolf there to get himself up into a podium position. Looking a bit further down the road, Zinc's Motion is getting super duper tight. Let's get away from the leader. Let's get a look at the intervals. And Weardy is going to want to get past him. Weardy looks like he's sinking a little bit, if anything. Maybe his medium tyres are starting to come into their own already. I mean, you can send my clip if you want to me, Mac, but I don't know why I'd want it. This Bungle, by the way, up loads of places. Somebody we would expect to be higher because of his pace. On the back of James Stoddy. Let's see how he does here. Somebody I'm expecting to get past him would be this guy. Mac has left the session. Not sure why. Looks like he's crashed out. Oh, and Fizz Bungle there has come very wide. Surprised he didn't get a penalty for that. And there's not a lot of movement now, but James Stoddy having a little bit of a wild exit, and then Hotshot speeding in the pit lane. Not a good look. Nice and tidy around there. Oh, and Fizz Bungle loses it! even the one in. Oh, and he's having to do a spin that'll put some drivers off. Oh, and there's a bit of a field flurry there. Oh, Fizzbuggle's lost all the positions he's gained. Oh, the pain. And look at Wolf. Wolf is right on the back here of Zinks. Zinks is going to have to start to defend up this straight here. We should have DRS enabled now. And you've got to see it right open there. So Zinks Motion's got it wide open. Is he going to be able to get past Walking Chaos? Walking Chaos looking to defend it. The side-by-side. And he's made it through, which has then run Walking Chaos wide. And this now opened the door for BRT Wolf. It's looking like he's going to lose 2 places in 2 corners. And I think he has. Unbelievable. Zinks Motion goes straight into the lead. And Wolf has got all the way through. And it's a safety car. So James Stoddy there is looking like he's left the session. Why has he left the session? What's happened? Dawson Army's left the session as well. I don't know why he's still here. There's a drive-through penalty, a hot shot for speeding under safety car. It looks like Epic's DNF'd.
Hot Shots has got as many penalties this game as Man United usually do.
Yeah, penalty-wise, it's not looking good for him. But Zinks Motion's also got a penalty, just as I mentioned. And it looks like Zinks Motion and Wiardi are going into the pits, as is Sharp Tapestry, but you're not seeing Walking Chaos or BRT Wolf, who started on those mediums going in. Which is very interesting. There's going to be a lot of movement on this grid now because of these stops. Posey jumps up the order, as does Lewis de Beast because of their early stops. But Frosty, obviously starting on the hards, has been able to do this work this really well for him. Yeah, it's quite a few DNFs, isn't there? Blitz, but I'm not really sure what I can say about that. I'm not a steward. Hot shot taking that very interesting line there. Trying to serve his drive-through. Is he going to stop for the line? He did manage that. Well done, mate. Captain Zar has done 3 stops already. He's having a bit of a stop session. Saha's overtaken Jake. Is he meant to? No. So it's all about catching a safety car queue. 8 laps in and we've lost 25% of the field. Not showing some of the better racing here. You are, aren't you doing well, Frozzy? There, up there. P4, although you obviously haven't stopped, and you are going to probably sink in a minute with the guys with faster, fresher tyres behind you. You are doing well on track position at the moment. Captain Sar's gone for another pit, that'll be his 4th. Everybody warming their tyres, expecting a restart this lap. I think we might be another lap off it yet, because of Hot Shot and Saha being a bit slow. Sammy's also having a good race. Yet again, hasn't stopped, but he's doing a good race. Wiardi and Zinks Motion, obviously now on the mediums, are going to potentially try and push that to the end. Yeah, I don't blame you for us getting the best out of tyres. I think you can do a 1-stop here. Really push at the end on those softs. If you get a late safety car, you're laughing. What main thing I say to you is I wouldn't worry about maybe defending too hard, because you're not going to help yourself in the long run. Well, safety car's not in yet. Wolf's in the lead with Walking Chaos. Both our choices. They're finally going to get to battle it out.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting contest between the 2 of them. But obviously we've got Zinks Motion as well. It's going to be right up there.
Yeah. 5-second penalty for a collision with Zink's motion. What's happened with Raw Aluru? Moment, there's not really much going on. There's not much to say, is there? We're just sort of getting round this lap, but it should be a restart this lap because no one's pitted and everybody's caught the safety car. So this should be the lap we restart. I think if anything, we want to get on board with Fozy. I am going to get on board with the Walking Chaos in second because we want to see what happens with these two. So it should be a restart this lap. Although I haven't seen it say safety car in. Maybe I missed it. Did you see it? I don't see it say safety car in this lap.
No.
And the safety car has not come in. So we're doing another lap on the safety car. It's a bit frustrating.
You can see any famous celebrities wave the checkered flag today?
Joseph Stalin?
Joseph.
He's a famous celebrity, don't you think?
Yeah.
Who do you think we should have wave the flag then?
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe a former F1 driver or
So Joseph Stalin?
or a famous a famous Austrian.
That was good, that. Clever. There's definitely people who won't understand that one, so that was good. Are there any Austrian Formula One drivers? That's a good question.
Well, I can think. I mean, I can think of. I can't remember his surname. Is it Nicky?
Lauda.
I can't remember that Formula One Austrian driver. You get it?
No.
You said. I said it's Nicky.
Oh!
That took it a while, didn't it?
Oh dear, that's not good.
There you
Is
go.
was he Austrian?
Yeah, Nicky Lauda was
I
Austrian.
didn't think he was Austrian.
Yeah.
I thought he was German. Where did that come
I
from?
do know a thing or two about
Yeah, well, one thing.
Formula. Yeah,
That's what you're here for. You're here for the history.
I
What people-
am. Yeah, there might be things I don't know about the actual races themselves when they happen, but I know former drivers and championships and.
Is he going to go this time?
constructors.
Surely it's going to go this time. Safety car will be in. I mean, everybody's caught it. Oh, Jochen Rindt, apparently. Is he not in this lap? What are we waiting for? We should have stayed on the safety car forever. Oh, and Frozy's in the lead. Oh, Frozy's went into the pits. All the boards coming in and out. I didn't even know they did the boards in this. Oh, have we got a lobby glitch? Is the question. Get a screenshot of that. Back to quali order. 50% of the race, so we go again. We didn't make 50% distance, so we have to do a restart. If it calls a safety car in this lap, if it doesn't, then we have to do a restart.
This is just a glitch with the game, or is
Glitch with the game.
Ah,
Or wait until half time, we're nearly there.
No. What's up? I don't know, we need to crack back on with everything back on.
where's walking cover?
Fine.
Also, he's not playing there.
No. No, he's not.